Hello everyone, welcome to Come Sit at My Table. We're happy to have you with us today. Our time in Florida is drawing to a close. We have been at this condo for almost 1 month now, and we had it rented for a month, so it's just about time for us to leave here and go home. Mike and Sherry, we sure do appreciate that you rented your condo to us and trusted us to take care of it. And we have had a lovely time here. We have just had a great time, so we do appreciate that. Well, Melissa and I spent a good part of the day today at the beach and the beach pool because, we had to get in just a little more time before we left. We did go out and eat breakfast with friends this morning, but we just needed a bite this evening, and so we've decided to make fish sandwiches. So we're going to actually give you 2 recipes in this one video. We're going to start by doing our homemade tartar sauce, and then we will reset and we will show you what we're going to use to do our filet of fish patty, the fish piece that we're going to put on our sandwich. So let's start with our tartar sauce. This is a really quick and easy tartar sauce that you can mix up in no time. Let's talk about what we're going to use. First, we're going to start with 1 cup of mayonnaise, and I'm using Hellmann's. We're going to use 2 tablespoons of capers, and I have chopped those up just a little bit. Yes, you want to use capers in this. They give it a lot of flavor, so don't leave those out. They're not expensive. These are really affordable, so don't leave out the capers. We're also going to add 2 tablespoons of dill pickle relish, and that also adds a lot of flavor. Don't leave that out. Then we're going to put in 2 tablespoons, no, I think it's 1 tablespoon, isn't it, Melissa?
I think so, yes.
Of parsley. Now, I want to show you, just for those who haven't done this before, if you have, please be patient with me for a minute. I'm going to show you what parsley looks like. It's going to probably come, fresh parsley is going to come in a box like this, and it's going to be a stem that has some leaves on top. If you haven't done this before, let me show you. What I do is I just go to the bottom of each leaf and I just pinch it off. So I just take the leaves off the plant and leave the stems. I don't want those hard stems in there. So I'm just pinching the leaves off, and then I would put those on a cutting board. I've actually already done it. Put those on a cutting board and chop those up. This is what you'll be left with.
Oh, sorry.
And that's okay. And you really don't want that hard stem in your food. So make sure you take those leaves off and chop it up, and you can see I have done that there. Okay, then we're going to put 2 teaspoons of dill, fresh dill in it. And same thing, let me show you for those of you who haven't done this. Dill looks like this. I think it's a really pretty plant. It's very feathery looking, but it's the same dill. You don't want to put the hard stem in. So you just want to take those little, can you see that, Melissa?
Yes, if I get too close, it gets blurry.
You just want to take those little pieces off and leave that stem. Just pull those off. That's what you want to use. And this is what you're going to have left after you're finished. That's what you don't want to use, okay? Okay, let's move on.
So you chop that up too?
That has to be chopped, yeah. Just a rough chop. It doesn't have to be, pulverized. Just run your knife through it. Then we're going to use 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. If you don't have a lemon and you have some bottled lemon juice in your refrigerator, use it. It's okay. You don't have to have fresh lemon, but if you can get a lemon and you want to use fresh lemon juice, it's really good. Then we're going to do a big pinch of salt, pepper, and sugar. I didn't measure those out. I never have, never do. I just get a big pinch. I probably got a little bit bigger pinch of sugar than I did salt and pepper, but you want it to have a little bit of a sweet taste. You've got to kind of counterbalance that dill pickle and those capers. And then we're going to finish with 1.5 teaspoons of onion powder. Okay, Now, this goes together real fast because all we do is dump it all in together and stir it up. So I'm going to start with my mayonnaise and we'll just put it in. Make sure you get all that out of there. And I'm sure somebody's probably going to ask me about these little spatulas I'm using. I think I got them at the Dollar Tree. And there were 3 in the set, I think, 3 small ones like that. So if you want them, you might look at the Dollar Tree. In go my capers, my dill pickle relish, our dill and our parsley, our salt, pepper, and sugar can go right in. Our onion powder can go right in. And now a good squeeze of lemon. I'm going to say about a tablespoon. And by the way, I did roll my lemon on the counter before we started. I'll do that again. If you want to microwave it, you certainly can microwave it for just a few seconds. That does help release just a little extra juice. So if you want to do that, you can. I won't use all of this lemon in the tartar sauce. So Melissa will use the rest of this lemon. How, Melissa?
In my water.
In her water. She loves lemon in her water. Now, I don't want those seeds in my tartar sauce. So I'm just going to pick those seeds out of that lemon. I think I see 3 of them. So I'll get those out of there. And then I'm just going to add... Oh, I see another seed. I have to get that out of there, sorry. Don't want that in there. Okay. It's about a tablespoon. Okay, and we're just going to mix all that up. Now, there are a bazillion tartar sauce recipes out there. If this is not exactly like yours, that's okay. We all have our own, don't we? But this is one that Melissa and I have made for a while, and we really, really like this one. So we just thought we would share it with you too. Now, we're not finished with this video. We're going to wrap this in plastic wrap, and we're going to stick it in the refrigerator while we make our fish for our sandwich. So we're going to get all of that out, all those ingredients out to make our fish, and then we'll fry our fish. Let me stick this in the refrigerator. Our tartar sauce is in the refrigerator. Let's talk about what we're going to use to make our filet o fish. Of course, we're going to have some oil to fry our fish in. So we have some, I think we got canola oil, didn't we? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did. Canola oil. We're also going to need 2 eggs, and to those eggs, we're going to add 1/4 cup of cornstarch, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 1 teaspoon of paprika. That will be our wet dredge. Then in a separate bowl, we will have 3 cups of Panko breadcrumbs that we will then dredge the fish in after it goes through the wet. Of course, you can't have filet o fish sandwiches without fish. So we are using wild-caught Atlantic
cod.
I almost said salmon. We're using wild-caught Atlantic cod. And I will cut those into pieces that will fit our bun correctly. And of course, to top our fish, we're going to need some American cheese. So we have Kraft singles, because, you know, who doesn't love Kraft singles? And then let me tell you, I found these brioche buns at Walmart here in Panama City Beach, and they are beautiful buns, and they are as soft and light as a feather. I can't wait to dig into one of those. Okay, let's get started. We're going to fix the fish. All right, we have our 2 eggs already broken and in our bowl. And I'm just going to beat those up a little bit. Just get them mixed together before we start adding our other ingredients. To these eggs, we're going to add our 1/4 cup of cornstarch. And we'll start adding that in. And we're going to add our 4 spices that we talked about earlier. Okay, that's all going in. Now, we need to get this mixed up well because this is the first dredge for our fish fillets. And by the way, I have cut up the fish into pieces that will work with our buns. All right, I switched over to a whisk, and you can see that it is all whisked up now. Just make sure it's completely combined. And in a separate bowl, we're going to put our 3 cups of Panko breadcrumbs. It's to dredge our fish in before we fry it. Okay, that's all in. Now, we're going to take our fish, and I have cut it into pieces. We will put a piece in the wet mixture. And we'll get rid of that and switch back to my fork. We want to just dredge that really well. Flip it over. Make sure it's covered well, because you want that panko to stick to it. If the fish is dry, the panko won't stick. So make sure you get it down in there really well. Then we're going right over into our breadcrumb mixture. We'll let that drain off for just a second. Okay, over we go. I'm just going to go under that and bring some of that up and over it. Get that on there really well, if I can keep from spilling. I might have needed a bigger bowl. And I'm just going to flip it over and try to get it coated as well as I possibly can, because we want every speck of that fish to be covered by those breadcrumbs. Just press it in there. Yeah, I definitely needed a bigger bowl. No doubt. Might have to switch to a bigger bowl here. And when you feel like you've got the whole thing covered and it's stuck really well, just move it to another plate. Now I do have our oil in our skillet, and it is on the heat, so it is. I'm going to get some of those panko crumbs right down in those cracks in that fish too. It is getting hot, so we'll just lay our fish right over here and let it rest while we continue to do the other pieces. All right, we're putting our fish into the hot oil, getting those started frying.
It isn't going to take very long, is it?
It does not. Fish fries really fast. So about 2 to 3 minutes per side, and they should be done. I'm going to turn that down just here. I'm going to put that on medium. All right, we'll let it fry. All right, I did flip the fish. It has cooked for about 2.5, 3 minutes on this second side. And you do want to cook it about, I would say, at least 2 to 3 minutes per side. You don't want to overcook it, but it will become very flaky when it's done. So you're going to need to use a spatula or something to get under it. I'm going to try to flip that over. That looks delicious. Melissa, you know what? I'm going to grab another plate for the other 2 pieces. And some more paper towels. Okay. We've already had that done. You know what? I think I'm going to maybe flip these. These are thicker than the other 2 pieces, so they may take just a minute longer. And I'm just going to flip them back over because I think they really probably need to cook just another minute on that first side. Don't those look nice?
They look beautiful.
They really do. You can tell that our fish is really good and done because look here. This whole piece just fell apart. Yum. Look at that. I'm going to leave that off because I don't think we need it. And I'm going to grab a piece of cheese and put on there so that it kind of melts on there, and I will top it with our bun.
I have to put our
our tartar sauce. That's right. Let me take these fish fillets up because I think they're ready. Oh yeah, we can't forget that delicious tartar sauce. I love that stuff. Okay, now turn this fire off, the heat off, and let me grab that tartar sauce out of the refrigerator. Let's slather some of that on here. And we'll do a quick taste test. Let me scoot that off the heat. Okay. Look at this tartar sauce, y'all. Isn't that beautiful tartar sauce?
It's really good.
Mmm. And I'm not stingy with my tartar sauce now. Let me just tell you. I think you need a lot of tartar sauce. Now, let's talk about what goes on here. If you've ever been to a fast food restaurant that serves a fish fillet sandwich, you know that the only thing on there is the fish, a slice of American cheese, some tartar sauce, and your bun. Can you put other things on? Of course you can. You might want
a
tomato.
deluxe version.
Okay, we'll call it a deluxe filet o fish. You could put onions, tomatoes, lettuce, my favorite, dill pickles, or anything else you want on there. But this is the traditional way to serve the filet of fish from most fast food restaurants. All right, Melissa, are you going to do this?
I'm going to wait for a few minutes and then I'll get a bite. I'm actually going to have a sandwich.
That.
I know, it's just going to be hard to try to do that, but it looks
I know,
so good.
this is what we're having for dinner. I love that breading. All right, here I go.
What's sitting on the beach today?
I know, I'm worn out.
I know. We waited really late to come back in. It was just so hard to leave.
Man, that's good. Look at that.
That's really nice looking fish.
Delicious. Absolutely delicious. I'm telling you. You can make this tartar sauce ahead. Make it the day or 2 days ahead. Put it in the refrigerator. It'll be ready. All you have to do is make your fish. You know, just bread your fish, fry it, Make your sandwiches. It's that simple. What are you going to serve it with? Well, you could serve French fries. That's what they do at fast food restaurants, right? Serve it with potato chips, onion rings, anything like that that you want to put with it, that will go with it.
It's a good meal.
Great meal. We do appreciate you being here with us. We would like to ask you to go right below this video and click that like button. If you haven't before, click this subscribe button, the little notification bell beside of it, and the word all. That just joins you to our channel and allows YouTube to send you a notification when we add a new video. Right below this video, there's a description box. You'll see in the box, it will say Filet-O-Fish. If you'll click anywhere in that box, it will expand. You'll find the written recipe right there. Our contact information is right under that written recipe. And a link to our cookbook. And I don't have our cookbook over here. But if you're interested in purchasing our cookbook, the link to our Amazon store where our cookbook can be purchased is right under our contact information. And at the bottom of the page, at the bottom of the screen, there's a place where you can leave us a comment, and we love hearing from you. So feel free to go down there and leave us a comment. Well, our time here at the beach is just about over. It's about time for us to go home. Again, Mike and Sherry, we do appreciate you letting us stay at your condo. We have had a marvelous time. We do thank the rest of you for watching our videos, and we hope you've seen all of our videos while we've been here at the beach. We've had a good time fixing things here in the kitchen, and we hope you've enjoyed it too. We want you to remember that you are always welcome to come sit at my table. Have a great day. We'll see you when we get home to Kentucky.